This is the Modern Vibes on Vibes Radio.
Chizi mtaani jo, chizi mtaani Chegelosa sana sema mix no sounds of Riley attacking mchezo. Mash up the place. Mike MJADALA. Mike ni bro wa Brian Aseli by the way.
Walai. Big up yourself Mark man.
Alafu pia tuko na Stepper KE1 mtukutu pia kondani ya nyumba now. And then acha niso mingine Mao anasema Karatina tuko locked in loudest. Whenever I buy diesel at 140 shillings, I think it's a lie masi. I think it's a lie that we actually have oil in Turkana. Your oil ndio iko lakini apparently waliachanga kuimine ama niseme siphon kuitoa hapo hivyo kwa grao. Reason being we didn't have enough technology. Tale walisema guys mali tumefika tuendelea. You know this country yani saa zingine man too much elephant projects. No stuff ingesaidia wase wengi sana. So now we're about to have a fire conversation. Fire conversation with the one and only Juliani. Yeah, Juliani nachikia amazing asha land up hivi. And of course the KEPSA program manager. Yes, Ebenezer Amadi. In fact, and that's how I introduce. Yes, because we are going to be talking about the Nairobi Startup Week in ilianza the 6th of July. Yeli kwanga when Juicy, yes. It's going to last until 10th of July. All right. Let me set up this thing. Alafu guys, remember you can actually engage with us. Talk to us on the hashtag Kwambox and Kev. Better yet, pia ingia hapo hivyo kwa our SMS line is 40131. That's right. Good stuff. So I think to dive into it, Juliani Mazejo, karibu bana.
Mimi nimesaidiwa na Express.
Nini imehappen Express ndio imekusema.
Alafu nikakosa cash.
Ala?
So ikabidi niongee na madere hapo nige cash.
Noma. Ulikuwa umepita hii place by the way, si ndio?
Nimelost niko paipush jini nimejipata wapi.
Joe, you happen. Wase wengi umazo upita nini magesi unasema Kev I'm stuck here. Nifike wapi nikishafika hapa kwa roundabout. Where can I turn? Karibuni Joe lakini Joe.
All good. Thanks man.
So I'll let you guys introduce yourselves. Self-explanatory but sawa.
Juliani introduction.
Niko tu sawa.
Uko tu sawa, si ndio? And on my left
Mimi naitwa Ebenezer Amadi, program manager at KEPSA. So I run a project called Sustainable Inclusive Business.
Smart sana. And I know you guys have an amazing project from happen, which was initiated by you yourself, the brother Juliani Maze, in a go down pale Karen.
Waterfront.
Karen Waterfront.
Yes.
So you can tell us about it.
Basically, what we're trying to do is just celebrate young people who are doing amazing stuff in this country. Mujua country kuna too many noises yani zinaendelea. So but it's time we focus on what wanna move vitu, what wanna try, what wanna build, what wanna create employment, wanna provide solutions. And of course, my big boys kama hapa hivi unaingiza pia kwa meda, pia waweze kuona na pia waweze kushika wengine mkono. So that's the whole idea. So kuna exhibition, kuna concert, kuna fireside chat,
activities mob man.
So it's all fun and games and chill man.
I like that. So how did you guys meet Manze and Joe? First of all, I think I've seen the numbers. And especially when you're talking about the startup ecosystem, we know it is a very, very important sector kwa hii society. Unacheki. So you yourself up hivi Ebenezer from KEPSA, mulidecided
Unajua umeuliza ni kama ati how did you meet? Kama story tofauti.
No, mulidecided kwa pamoja.
Ni asubuhi msee.
Juliani is also a sustainability champion at Sustainable Inclusive Business. So to have a conversation he had the idea to come up with the Nairobi Startup Week just to ensure that we're able to have conversations around startups and some of the issues that startups are facing. For example, access to markets, access to finance, access to information. So here's the issues that your startups are facing. There are so many. So we came up with the idea. He did a concept. Then we were able to, pull through together some ideas and include it and reach out to different partners. There are other partners as well. Juliani will also mention
Africa is talking. Tuko na Kala. Tuko na
an interesting thing. Unajua the session inaitwa Shengpreneur.
Nimechika hapo hivyo ilikuwa part of the conversations hapo hivyo. Normal, very creative.
miss out.
Wasana una pitch busy yako na Sheng.
Na Sheng,
tuko na $500,000 worth of tax credit. Tuko na business support na twakala.
Sini hard kubonga Sheng ukipitch idea complex.
Ni easiest actually because you force kutumia lugha za watu wengine ku pitch.
Alafu unajua jana ilikuwa World Kiswahili Day by the way.
Okay.
So lazima tuzoe kubonga.
That's a good one.
Sanifu.
Yeah, we need to start pitching vitu na Sheng na Kiswahili pia.
Because hata mimi nimepitch once in a while. Hizo kizungu. You have to use certain words. No, but mimi nataka kuji-express because it's a solution towards wale wanaongea nao wanaongea Kiswahili mostly, at least kwa hii market.
True.
Unaona, so how do I engage them? So wezi niambia ni pitch juu na kilugha gani hapo.
So to come back na they will hold up hivyo tukiasi, nataka tuonge to the startup ecosystem generally na why you decided to actually get into it, because we know very well as much as you're an artist but you're also an activist, uko kwa biz, and some people also say you're an opinion shaper. Unacheki, so we'll dive into it. Tunajua personally me I really believe entrepreneurship is the last beacon of hope for young Kenyans.
Nice.
Sasa we'll get back into the music. Alafu guys, if you have any questions for Juliani and the brother Ebenezer Amadi from Kepsa, cheki ingia hapo kwa #KomboSinkev and I'll be very excited to share those questions with the brothers.
Positive vibrations on the morning vibes.
Yes, it's the morning vibes. Kev Matara, Otada the Beast, #KomboSinkev. Right now, Nina Chekini 8:32. We're having a fire conversation with the brothers Juliani and of course Ebenezer Amadi. Guess what? Kepsa is the program manager from Kepsa. And we're talking about utilizing art and influence and music influence. Yes, arts basically in business. Yes, supporting businesses, enhancing sustainability. Yeah. So Juliani, this sound complex, Joe. Inamaanisha nini ukisema utilizing art and influence in supporting businesses and enhancing sustainability?
I think first of all, ni recognize power art. Ni neutralize first of all when art iko around wasona tulia kidogo, then they are willing to talk. Another role of art ni mobilize wase. When kuna music ama kuna any form of art, wase always are interested to explore, appreciate your individuality, your level of expression. And the final part of art basically ni always prepare the land, unaona. So in all the art, ukiona kwa TV, ukiona kwa radio, ukiwa everywhere, the first thing if you're trying to introduce yourself to a new market, you always have to use art to express yourself and why you're unique than the other person and the competition. So art always is really powerful. Even other people don't recognize its role sana. They dismiss it as in entertainment, panda meza hapo perform. Unaona, but if you get now what's our car caps, of course, kuni body nini, and then they feel what art, I mean, they know the role of art and how it can be used as a tool to change to vitu tu. I think hapo ndio conversations ziko sasa.
Exactly. So hii idea ilikama paje?
I think unajua mimi niko na startups mbili. Niko na Taka Bank.
Oh nice.
My Msanii, Hip Hop City.
Wow,
Tatu actually.
Yeah, we know Hip Hop City. Yeah.
So what happened is basically in that wase wako segregated, kila mtu kwa kona yake huko tu. So I just felt like since I'm a musician and I have a stage and I have an opinion, I can easily pull in different thoughts and different people in one space. So that's what happened to Ikakam. So tukaleta out private sector, tuko na government, as well come na so youth fund, tukakam na say investors, tukakam na so as a train, tuko na enablers. So if in a normal situation ase wangekuwa najiongelesha tu kivyao huko, but now because I'm of course music and its gravitation, yani power, wasawa wote wamekam pamoja.
Na una hope to achieve nini when all is said and done event ikisha?
For me, the most important in our theme is that we need to recognize how unique we are as a people. So the theme is the Kenyanness in me.
Yeah.
Unaona, because we look at ourselves always based on our reality at hand. And based on our reality, sometimes we don't appreciate where we've been. Like in Metumia Expressway, in its form or whatever, it's something, man. It's something. Unaona, so we need to recognize that. So the immediate intangible thing ni wasanze kuwa confident about what they can offer in a space. They start seeing themselves as contributors. The next ni if we can encourage people to have local investors. Because 80% of the money ya ecosystem ya startup ni ya majuu. Inamaanisha sawa na prefer kubai Mogonda huko sijui wapi. They can't invest in the stock exchange, they can't invest in
na kwa Nairobi startup week most VCs hapo hivyo ni foreigners.
No, of course huwezi kosa moja, huwezi kosanga moja nini, but majority were trying to encourage the investors, local investment. So ukikama za individual ukama ucheki tu mezurura hapo hivyo uone kitu na like kama mseka mesh wasendi ni investor wa Kidato.
Okay.
Una get na Kidato wana exhibit. Na Sendi alikuwa hapo jana anapiga maraundi akichafuta ni aje. Who can I work with in my business and probably even investment. Unaona, so until you stock ndio mtajua uko wapi, pain points and what do we need to do.
Unajua there's a report I was reading, man. Wanasema Kenyans are very innovative. Hata kuna time hunye alikuwa na launch some ecosystem huko hivyo. Sijui ilikuwa Kilifi, can't remember where, but you know kulikuwa na software kali, ma robotics nini hizo ma startups too, especially kwa tech space. Kuna yenye likubamba mazoka sema guy hapa hivi hii inaona ikikuwa the next Safaricom ama the next whatever hapo kwa Nairobi startup.
First of all, you never know. What is the next, but the truth is, as long as you create an environment, it's easy for the next to come out.
So environment is that's all.
You just need to create an environment. Public ijue inaweza engage, government inajua kazi yao, what they need to do to create all these pieces they keep play power, will have the next.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Because we know very well that the Kenyan environment was so complain, I don't think it's as favorable to young entrepreneurs, young startup founders. Kuna mashida mingi, and maybe Beneza, you can touch on that. What are some of the challenges that my startup will go through in the 254?
So 254 tukiangalia, basically if we go with the numbers you realize that there are about 7.4 million SMEs.
7.4. That's good
about
enough.
1.5 million are the ones that are registered. So when you talk about formal and informal sector, you realize that 5.8 have not officially registered.
Yes.
And hiyo inamaanisha people or the youth or the entrepreneurs themselves are having it a bit of a rough time probably to pay for the registrations, to find out where you need to go to ensure that you get compliance. So those are some of the issues. So one of the issues is access to information. So if you don't have access to information, where you are able, first of all, to know what kind of licenses you need for a business, because if you're a gentleman like Juliani in Amanisha Taka Bank, in Amanisha, you also need to get a license from NEMA, right? Because you're dealing with waste management.
Okay.
If you're dealing with recycling, upcycling, issues on now the hot topic again is also on circularity. Ready to ensure that you take care of your commodity. Some of the businesses that we have also in the tech space are looking at management of e-waste, which is also an issue.
The big issue.
It's a big issue.
Yeah.
Access to financing is also another thing.
Okay.
But again, you need to ask yourself when you there are many avenues for you to get financing. So while you're thinking about it, you need to also assess your cash flows and your customers, so that you don't just go for a loan and that is what will bring you down. Unaweza chukua loan.
Hii radio hakuna subtitles.
But then you audio too.
So kuna I mean different things that unahitaji kujua. For example, unaweza endea loan na labda hiyo interest rate haujaelewa kwanza inafanyaje, na ujangalia vile watu watakuwa wananunua bidhaa zako, si ndio?
Exactly.
So and one of the things that people do often is mtu akona job alafu unasikia business is the next big thing. Mimi nimeacha kazi na nimeenda
kuna idea kali
the next 3 months wewe mimi nitakuwa na drive Caviator hapo ama 350. Wewe unaingia biashara first month, second month, third month, ile pesa yako ulikuwa umesave imeisha hivyo mazee. Unashindwa sasa kunaendaje,
unaanza kutafuta job nyingine tena.
Kitu kwanza unafaa kujua ukiingia biz, depending on your skill, some businesses actually unahitaji like 3 to 6 months do upfront, let's say kama ni rent ama nini, so tunajua uko at ease. But again, sio kila mtu anafikia hapo, si ndio? Pia unaweza anza small. Now, I mean, you make sure that you make your right decisions as you una grow biashara yako.
Exactly. Now you're representing KEPSA kama kawaida, according to what we have already established. Program manager huko hivyo. Mna play role gani na hii partnership mko nayo na Nairobi Startup Week?
The role that we play, one of all, first ni ku bring the conversation on the issues that SMEs are facing. Na unaona kama KEPSA sisi ni umbrella body of the private sector, so kuna kitu inaitwa public private dialogue.
Yes.
Yani ni conversation between the private sector and public. Inamaanisha private sector na gava. So on the table tuko na 18 sector boards, zile tunaweza sema zina mirror ministries. So kama kuna issue ya private sector, tuenda on the table, tuna have conversation na CS, PS, tunaambia biashara zina face issues, let's say kama ni registration na nini, tunaweza find a way hizi vitu zikuwe pamoja, so that inakuwa a bit easy. Hiyo inaitwa ease of doing business.
Yes.
From another perspective, ukiangalia ile time COVID ilikuwa, tulikuja up na proposal tukaambia gava, watu wanaumia biashara nini employees, so see to reduce pay, VAT, withholding tax nini. Uliona VAT ilishuka chini from 16 to 14, withholding tax ilishuka from 5 to 2%, na hiyo ingine pia ilishuka from about 30 to 25. So hizo ndio conversation tuna have pia na gava.
All right.
So hizo the sector boards, for example now tukiongea story ya arts, culture, arts, kuna sector board inaitwa sports, culture and arts.
Okay.
So kama kuna musicians, watu wa art in different aspects. Unajua art pia ni wide. Unajua tunaweza sema tu art watu wafikiria muziki. Pia kuna wale watu wa kuchora, si ndio? Kuna different aspect. Na tulikuwa tuna have conversation pia tukasema how can we also benefit on culture. Ukiangalia Nairobi kuna kitu inaitwa the matatu culture. So tulikuwa tunasema kuna watu wajaipanda mat. Mbona tusikame up na product wewe sasa ukiona mtu yako ajaipanda mat, utasema wacha tumeingiza hii program, enda ukazunguke na hiyo mat. Uangalie street ni nini. Sema venye ukienda South Africa unaweza pata red bus. Sasa hii kwa mat. But kuna watu wameanza, kuna watu wakikuwa na bash, wanaita mat nganya fiti. Sasa inazunguka inachukua watu alafu ndio inawapeleka point. Exactly. So ni kama ni ka experience hivi.
Ni swag pia, true.
Ni swag pia.
So ukicheki event, clearly mazee kuna activities mob sana, and according to what I can see hapa hivi kwa program and activities, kuna showcase room, exhibition, the village, fireside chat. It's very creative and very youthful. Nani li come up na idea? I can guess it's you.
Niangalia tu bro. No, but what happened is that umeja see idea too. So kabla hata tuongee kuhusu SME and formalizing, there's the step of a startup level where you have an idea and you're testing it with the market first. So you're reaching out to people, showing would you pay for this? Is this something that will solve your problem? That's the starter level. And then by the time mazeo level mingia sasa now iyo SME or whatever, now tuna formalize.
Okay.
Because now you figured out the business works, vitu zinakusumbua, vitu poa, customer base, ndio sasa now unaenda formal, unafanya hizi vitu zote. So the same thing applied to this. What we did is that we had a phone call. I called them. I called Sam Gishuru wa Kidato. I had a conversation with Mesh wa Sandy. I had a conversation at Adenian Lab. To Adenian Lab, I met a group of startups. Does this make sense to you? Because me, I feel like there's a lot of things happening hapa, but hata muongei, mnapenda tu kwa comp, hoping people will see that, and yet you're doing so much amazing stuff.
And the numbers are impressive. How many startups are working with you here kwa Startup Week?
Actually, we had 40. We're supposed to have 200. But wasa wengine communication yetu na kaikuweza. Haikuland vizuri. But I think it's because it was the first one. But we have a network as ASEC, a group, a body, all the all the enablers wa startups wako on board. Unajua mse kama Adenian Lab wana host like 50 startups or sijui ngapi. Unaona sasa wote wako kwa table, tuko na Kala wako kwa space, Africa Stock. So the whole idea for us ni is this a need kwa Startup Week? Do you need to be seen? Do the public need to interact with and engage with your product and your solution? Even you need to be recognized that actually you're trying.
But the criteria kupika startups za kuficha kwa event ilikuwa gani?
At first we just tulirusha tu kila mtu, and then we see who who and what questions do they have, and then from there now we'd say kama uko agriculture, uko tech.
So kulikuwa na like a interview process nini una
yes, okay, but lazima tuacheka kitu first. I mean nice. We are charging 4K a day for the space, of course, and for to provide whatever you need. It's yet to make it, you know. But it was for us, first of all, tuko na 5 tires. Kuna tire D, C, B, A.
Okay.
Tire D ni wase wana try to ideas
nini
any the kidatos wala meraise do wana test kwa ground wana market, and then tunakwambia ni aje uko sector gani, uko agriculture, uko fintech, uko education, uko health, uko sustainability na climate change, ama uko, those are the criteria tuko naangalia kukuficha.
Apart from kuget do, labda nijishinde funding, if at all I'm a startup owner, what are the benefits we like gain from having my business in the startup week?
I mean,
one of the things, for example, utapata pale kuna when you're having the conversations, right? One of the ideas tulipata ni watu wakuja have conversation, useme una shida gani, sindio, una face challenges gani, mwingine pia ataongea about it, na utapata kuna peers ama wale wanafanya the same business that have gone through the same challenge. Na kuna kitu walifanya different, so unaweza share ideas za kuambia hapo hivyo labda kitu unahitaji kufanya, hebu angalia product yako, angalia venye customers wana respond hivyo. For example, kama unasema tu wewe unahitaji tu ofisi kubwa, anakuambia boss, wacha na ofisi kwanza, angalia kwanza ugrow clientele base yako, hiyo itakuja baadaye.
Exactly.
So that's one benefit. The other one is also networking. People also don't put value on networks, but that's one of the elements that can make your business grow, right?
So manga, your network is your net worth.
Sasa. So mtu anaona labda hapo nimekuja ku waste time tunaongea tu, lakini unaweza kuja and you sell a business, because one thing pia tunatafuta ni kulink watu pamoja, someone with a need and someone who has a demand.
Okay.
Right? Hawa watu wawili wakipatana, hiyo ni biashara.
Exactly.
I think also practically I would like to say hiyo story ya $500,000 worth of tech support.
Yes.
So inamaanisha kama ni hata sio hata wewe ni msee hata creative tu. So wanadungi ma TikTok, wanadungi nini. So u charge kutumia Canvas, kutumia nini. So we give you tech credit. So you don't need to pay for hizo manini.
Yeah.
Hizo ma cost za kutumia Canvas, hizo nini. So kama ni creative, wewe ni msee wa TikTok, hizo manini influencer, kampio ujione Kenya iko offer. Tuko na kala watakutake through the building your business. And
so in terms of mentorship.
Yes, mentorship. Tuko na fulani watakupeleka tu readiness for investors, so that you prepare to get the money. Kuna investors hapo ndani. Nimesauji now get something pia alikuwa hapo. So and then partner yetu kama wanaitwa Startnev. So hao Kenya na do.
I think I've heard them.
Startnev sasa wako kwa hiyo space ndani kabisa. So they know the dynamics and stuff. So they're trying to build how do we because the immediate thing ukiuliza mseni do. But the truth is by the time mgewe do unaweza patwa do waste.
Exactly. So nadai kuswitch some gears maze Juliani, if you don't mind. Unajua wewe umekuanga very in terms of opinions na matters affecting youth, right now we're in a political season. Vinoma sana. Wasome kwa kionesha hapo hivyo manifesto zao. But I don't see ama politicians wakiongea mostly mambo ya startup business environment. So I just want you to make a comment or two about the political environment right now with regards to youth needs. Na mambo ya, for example, entrepreneurship, film industry, creative space. If really these guys, politicians, the leaders that we look up to when it comes to policy, if they really have our needs at heart. Nataka make your comment in a bit.
Okay.
Rebels and reggae heads, start your day the MVP way, where you are the MVP, no negative vibes.
Kev Matara Otada, the beast. Yes, tuko na some Red Sun, I obtain, but I don't know. Itabidi nimepeleka hizi matracks to the next hour because we left with about 5 minutes. But bado tunabonga hapa hivi some serious conversations. Tuko na Juliani and of course the program manager wa Kepsa, Ebenezer Amadi. We're talking about utilizing art and influence in supporting businesses and enhancing sustainability. There's a fire event happening in the Nairobi Startup Week. Imekuwa go down from the 6th of this month until the 10th of July. Still this month. It's a 5-day event. Ina happen pale Waterfront. Yes, in Karen, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah. So Juliani, nimekuuliza swali lingine hapo hivyo, and I think you're the right person to answer this. But also now I encourage Give us a call on 0719012700 in case you have any questions for Juliani. How do you interrogate ama politicians ama the leaders out there so that we know umse kama anadai kuni support ama he's just using me?
I think for me,
especially based on the manifestos.
Based on manifestos, we can only use what they have said before and what they have done until today. One, two. It's never exactly what somebody says. It's the accountability to what they say. So for me, accountability matters more because msanza you can anything, say the right words, the right everything, but if they're not accountable to those words later, even pre or during when they are in government or not in government, or your accountability doing a matter of more. The second for me ni more of you cannot be given what you didn't ask for. So I think
wow.
So a lot of young people, that's why we have in the meetings Nairobi Startup Week. Let's be in a space where we know what to ask
this
for.
Is what we want. This is what we're asking.
Exactly. Because anything
interesting. That's so interesting.
Anger, because anger, all of us have been inspired. Fuel anger ni kama waste ni kama diesel. It's always harmful eventually.
What?
Pain, so anything that we build out of pain and out of anger, it always destructive in the end.
Unajua tulikuwa na cheki there's some start Asile ilikuwa nasema kwa show yake on the weekend vibes how Kenyans are not happy manze yani. Wase wako na mental health issues, people are frustrated by the system. How can we use that energy for good?
No, we can't use that energy for good. We need to relook at it, bro.
What?
That because it's harmful energy, bro. See jamaa sustainability yako hapo wa show.
Umesema tuwezi tumia energy for good.
You can't use inaitwaje fossil fuel for good, man. That's fossil fuel, bro. It's always harmful. The only way to is to turn it around, man.
Tunafaa kuangalia ku divert your anger nani to something else. For example, unapata watu wengi ambao wanadeal na issues, wanajaribu wengine waenda gym, wanatoa hiyo pressure nini alafu calm down. So peleka hiyo energy uko nayo towards something good. Now change your positive change your vibe to a positive vibe.
Okay.
Wait, in the podcast. No, it's not true, bro. You can never use all the physical. I'm even take it to, because if you take it to the gym and stuff, you're burning it. No, you're burning it too. And every time you burn something, it always lazima iwe na moshi. So what you're trying to say is this. Hii ni argument. Kwa nataka ni argue hapo.
You might is working.
Yangu ni nani alifundisha Juliani kizungu? Na vile watu sivyo.
Sasa amesema kwa bars alisema guys. English iko on but pia influence kwa ground iko on. By the way, Juliani, real quick, when it okay, I don't like sounding like gutter press. Easy see my rumors. This is just my own research and take it humbly. Nasikia uko na cooking skills with deadly, man, and you're really
upika chapo.
Hakuna cooking skills, bro. Mimi najua kupika chapo poa.
Chapo peke yake.
Chapo hapo ndio nime specialize.
Really?
Bro, my chapo skills are next level. Nika rap yangu tu.
Na hiyo ndo sasa siri ya roho when it comes to the relationship.
Of course. Akijam yani unamchapia
na kucheki tu na
mapo na hapo 30 nini anatulia kwanza.
Akijam hata uingie stories juu ya argument anasikia tu jikoni unajua tu umeshariko.
That's nice, man.
No, because her favorite nini is chapo. She likes beans, and her favorite nini is beans and mchele.
Nice.
Chapo.
Yeah.
But now sasa hapo ndio.
Alafu unajua walikuwa nasema apparently there's a report showing Kenyans atunanga variety of foods. Sasa wewe ukiimpress ni tu chapo peke yake shule.
Bro, specialize. Be good at one thing. Very good at one thing.
Unamsana uliza hapa hivi. Wedding official. Any date?
Ilisha kupita bro.
Bro, tunaongea kuhusu sustainability, bro.
Hakuna
mimi ni sustainable.
Bro,
ilikuwa chini ya maji nini?
Niulize huku itwa.
Mimi ni sustainable.
Bro, congrats. Your story is hivyo. Congrats.
Uli miss memo. Bro, pole man.
Sasa unapenda kunishainia.
Mimi ni team Juliani all day every day.
I know.
Hauna connections.
We're check guys. This conversation was about me, Juliani, and Ebenezer. Tunaongea hapa hivi Nairobi Startup Week.
Yeah.
So now, as we wrap up this conversation, what are your last words when it comes to matters the startup ecosystem? Alafu Juliani, you talk about just youth in general and peace. Nataka tu ubambe tu my guys. Just give them something to go home with. Brother, wrap it up in style. Startup week, what should we expect? Because najua inaisha on the 10th. What can you tell the people who are also getting into the startup ecosystem?
Yeah. So I think the most important thing ni kama uko na idea usilalie ianze, sio lazima uko umepata do ndio uanze kitu. Hiyo idea ni important, na idea pia ukiwa nayo as tulikuwa tuna have conversation hapa, passion pia ina ku drive ku fulfill your dreams. So anzana hiyo morali iko nayo, you'll get somewhere. Anza conversations tunasema zingine pia networking. It will get you people that have the same mindset that you have, na could drive kufanya kitu, so unajipush pia.
Is this the mtakuwa nyingine next year? Is this gonna be running ama itakuwa this is the only one?
So so it happen every year, but in between quarterly we have other small things that we're doing to engage, to empower at least the ecosystem. But our agenda basically ni ku bridge your gap here, the people and the startups, not necessarily ku empower startup peke yake, because a lot of people doing amazing stuff in that space. But for us ni how do we get these people to bridge one to change the mindset of the Kenyans to start appreciating their own and what they have to offer.
Na nasi ati wasawana hii peke yake.
No, it can't be Nai peke yake. Nairobi si Kenya.
Kila mtu akuje.
True. Waso Kisumu mazee. Come share your ideas. Nini hapa hivi showcase what your art is about.
Yes, what you're all about.
What you're all about, man.
The other thing pia tutafanya is Kenya Private Sector Alliance, and with the program that I manage, Sustainable Inclusive Business, to draw out issues zenye startups wana face hapo. Alafu pia zile recommendations zenye mna shoot tutai superb.
Nice.
And then we reach out to different people and support that kind of ecosystem in Kenya. Na pia from that perspective, we mentioned GM Kenya Daima. It's a vibe, positive vibe also in Quran under KEPSA. So hizo issues pia tukuna manifesto pia. Tunaenda up, tunaleta candidates, tunawaambia hizi ndio issues zenye watu wana face, mbona mjaziongeza kwa manifesto.
Lovely, man. Nice.
So peace pia ni important. Watu hakikishe tu live kama brothers. Liko nasema ukipatana na mtu nje, uulizange mtu jina yako, last name ni wapi na unatoka wapi. Inakwanga wewe ni Mkenya, mimi ni Mkenya, tuko pamoja.
Alafu pia importantly #election bila noma. Tutabonga hiyo story my guys. Itabidi to maintain your peace. Juliani, patia my guys kitu bana.
No, first of all I have to kata kitu fulani. I don't think a normal Kenyan always want violence. Anytime you see violence anywhere is organized by the political system.
Absolutely.
It's never a normal Kenyan, because a normal Kenyan anatry to build biashara yake, anatry kufanya nini, akona kioski yake. It's always so basically what you're trying to say, politician tafadhali usitumia watu, usilipe watu ku nini agenda, because you're killing our kids, you're killing our future. Go and kill your kids huko apeleke huko. So that I have to be like about that. Another thing also, but in a more conscious level thinking need, you can never be at peace with everybody if you're not at peace with yourself. So how do we maintain peace within ourselves? Do we pray more? Do we engage with people more? Do we meditate fast in ourselves? Then you'll start seeing yourself as a contributor in a space. Because anytime there's violence or any chaos, is because mtu anataka tu kuchukua. Anataka tu kuchukua, because now then I'll have to take what yours. But if you're at peace yourself and you're peace and at rest with yourself, then you start contributing in spaces. So me in any space like this, what can I do to make sure KEPSA may grow? What can I do to make sure life yako may grow? I'm always contributing, because I have too much to give. I have too much love, too much energy.
Nakumbuka Kibaki alikuwa anasema it's not what the government can do for you. What can you do for your government?
Then you start, when that happens, you start asking the right questions. You can not easily be swayed, and you always be focused on what really matters for this country.
Wow. Nice. Bro, we're so blessed maze to have you here. To appreciate sana. Tuko ngoja conversation with deadly sana. I want to give a massive shout out to Evusa OG Big Boss for making it happen. Na najua my guys will get a lot of value. Listen, I don't know what's wrong with the phone lines. I think we have a bit of technical hitches, but it's being worked on. Amazing energy up. If you guys go and by the way, wanaweza pata easy information ya Nairobi Startup Week online.
And nsw.ke.
nsw.ke
ama at all my socials at Juliani Kenya.
Nice. Ask Juliani any questions. If you're a startup owner, you want to know how you guys can partner in one way or the other, you can hear the brothers Rosafi sana manze. So reach out and blow up manze. This country is yours. Usibabaike sana. All right, Aseli. Welcome back.
Thank you so much, man. I had to
najua
go
ilikuwa kwa show.
serve the nation.
Aseli.
With top level standards. So, but then, hey, I'm so excited for the other half of the hour, because you know what? There's boys, there's men, there's guys who are coming in the building, and they're going to be doing something crazy.
Amazing.
I hope you're actually using the hashtag Vibes Radio. Morning Vibes. Kwambox and
Kev.
Where?
Kuna performance ingine hapa noma.
Yes.
My guy is very talented.
Yes.
You know, we're in the business of showcasing what Kenyan youth can do na microphone. The art is so special for us. It's a big deal for us up at Vibes Radio. So stick around for fire performance by 2 artists. Then the building, I'll tell you who they are. Wakisha ingia hapa hivi. So let me play one more song. In fact, I'll pay some bills. One more song. Alafu come back right into the performance. Good morning.
Have a reggae morning on Vibes Radio.